coming, the mafia 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 coming, the mafia. Ain't no challenge, hop on the beat, then I find my balance. Ain't no challenge, so deep when I ball, that's Allen. So deep when I ball,
they dig that, I swig that, that's bar stool, that's big cat, that cookie crumble, I been mad, I rob y'all, rip big black, I go through the line, I'm like Singletary, cooking y'all with a single carry, this Fort Knox with the doors locked, man, in hindsight behind yo blocks.
I zone, boy, you hit him with the boom, I ain't leaving no room.
And I ain't buying y'all hype boys, y'all talk a lot, but that's white noise, y'all locked down, contained, ain't get jack, son, that's Jane, I've been self-made, no luck like y'all ain't 13, that's Gabe, out of my way.
Bringing the pain, y'all be copying my flow a lot, need my line back like Tremaine. Been through a lot, but I'm standing, threes up, no, we do it for Hamlin. The mafia coming, 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 the mafia.
LA, don't park my Whitney Valet. On my toes like ballet. Y'all need my bread like Saleh. LA, don't park my Whitney Valet. On my toes like ballet. Y'all need my bread like Saleh.
No, I'm a king, they might as well say it. Raising a brow, it's Anthony Davis. Hard to compete when the boy's the greatest. I'm covered in gold, division is bladed. Watch your neck coming at your head. I spill that tea, that's a Patrick Bev. Right on time, but I stays ahead. Y'all seen your text, but it stays on red. Y'all when they hustle.
The mafia coming, the mafia coming. You know what? We may not kill players in the stands as Bills fans, but we do like to get high on LSD, cocaine, marijuana, and beer, and rub ourselves in porta potty, dookie, and jump in new stadium pits. Look it up. That happened this last week. The NFL fans are crazy, man. Like, I hear water running. Anyhow, dude, I gotta tell you right now. Slam will relate to this because he was supposed to be at a game tomorrow. I was supposed to be at a game tomorrow. We both decided we're like, we just can't. Sometimes it's more energy. You know, it was like when I taught and I take a day off of work. It was harder to take a day off of work than it was just to go to work often. Like, it just created more work for me. Sometimes going to the game feels that way. It's like, it is fun, it's enjoyable, but there's so much that goes into it. It's kind of hard to enjoy it. Just crazy. But what's up, everyone? Happy Saturday. Game day tomorrow for those college fans, those weird college fans. You had a good day. Listen, I don't think people are surprised with what happened with Colorado, but I also don't think everyone should be like, ha, we told you were wrong. It's like, dude, like, it was a number 9 team. Like, that happens. That shit happens. It's not like this is the first time ever that this has happened. So let's just maybe give credit to Oregon. How about this? How disrespectful is it to Oregon to be like, Colorado, we told you were fakes? Maybe it's not that so much. Maybe it's that Oregon's the real deal. How about that? It's disrespectful to Oregon to just be like, Colorado sucks. They probably do a little bit. They should not be. They have no business being in the top 20. But I didn't see it. Chris, I heard about that. I didn't see it. In my opinion, they should be out of the... I mean, like, they shouldn't be ranked next week. That's the first real team they faced, right? So let's take them out of ranks. They should have to beat somebody. But, and I don't mean that they're like, oh, they're not good. Like, I should go back and be like, look, listen, he took a really shitty program, brought in some good guys, and turned it okay. Now, give him 2 or 3 years. If he doesn't win, then yeah, it's a bunch of bullshit. You know, you can't just bring in anybody. But I think this is all on navigated territory. Think about this. It is the wild, wild west of NIL. It is, that's kind of bullshit if they are, Chris, in my opinion. Like, why? Because they were, like, you know what I mean? Because they were before. But yeah, he changed the culture. But again, like I said before, Chris, you couldn't change the culture as Prime 3 years ago because you couldn't do what he did. Do you know what I'm saying? So you kind of have to look at it that way too. Is that like, I don't want to say that Prime doesn't matter. I think I said it earlier this week. What he did to some of his players, the words he shares with them, the way he motivates, what he's done for that program financially, good stuff for sure, 100%. But a lot of that credit has to go with the changes in the program. Like, he couldn't have done this 2-3 years ago without NIL deals. It just couldn't have happened. So, that's what I'm saying. Oh, wow, starting out with the guy that is not always promising when you see a knee brace on like this, but Caleb Williams kicking it off. Guys, I'm not going to say every person who gets a card here. And again, I'm not bashing or giving credit to any college team. You guys know me well enough. It's like me talking about card grading. I have my take on it, but I'll be the first one to say, don't listen to me. I don't know enough about it. I don't submit card grades, and I don't watch college football. So I'll give my take, but just like shrug it off if you don't like it. Because honestly, there's an Abanaconda. Let me just get this list up. There's a Drew Aller. He's having a heck of a night. Will Levis, Dontavian Wicks, Brennan Armstrong, Walker Howard out of LSU. There's an Anthony Richardson first. Will Levis, that's going to be numbered out of 299. Yeah, and like I said, Don, I don't follow it enough to be like, oh, they should be this, they should be that. I think, you guys honestly want to know why I don't like college football? It's because of what Chris just said right there. They'll probably be 24th, 25th. That doesn't make sense to me. Like, the whole ranking thing feels super political, super media-based, super hype-based. And I think it all started a few years ago when I was following Penn State for the season when they were really, like, doing well. And they had the same amount of losses as the team that got ahead of them in the Final Four. And then what blew my mind was they had beat them. So they both had the same record. They beat, I think it was Ohio State that year. Yeah, Ohio State got in and Penn State didn't. I was like, I get maybe Ohio State's strength of schedule was stronger. But, like, when it came down to the same record and they beat that team, it's like, and it was like 4-5. It's like, to me, that's an easy way. Stetson Bennett, man, you guys know what's going on with him? Cade McNamara first and DTR first. So, yeah, it never really makes sense to me. I do like it more since they do a playoff style approach as opposed to like a top two. But I think the reason people love college so much is also the same reason that I hate it. It's like, they're like, if you like one of the big schools historically, you knew you were going to be in the top. Because if you were a smaller school, you couldn't get the schedule those other guys could. Right? You just were like, it was impossible for a bad school to get the players or the schedule to really like be one of the big guys. And that was like, but now it might be different. I'm kind of getting into it more. There's a nice Jahmyr Gibbs. There he is. Bo Nix. Tanner Morgan. Will Rogers. And Xavier Hutchinson. We will call out the autos. Xavier Hutchinson, that's just a chrome that's going to be going out to Ryan Herzog. Herzog! Oops. What up, Ben? By the way, what up, everyone? I don't want to start out all negative or be like a negative Nancy here. That was the last act. But I'm super pumped for the games tomorrow, man. There's some really good games on tomorrow. We'll talk about that more. There's a Djokovic. We'll talk about that more for sure during our NFL break, which is yet tonight. And there's a Bryce Young, not a first, but we'll take it. But yeah, I will say this. I've definitely been more engaged. I'll tell you a few things. It's kind of like when I said I got more into baseball and I started ripping baseball. College football, now that when we, like tonight, I was going over the scores and I was looking at some of the highlights or the stats, I should say, and I was like, dude, I'm kind of excited now that we're ripping Bowman U. So I do want to make this kind of a Saturday thing, and I think, I mean, if it's worth it to you guys, I'll try to find some cheap ways to do it. Maybe we'll sell it out the night before so that we're ready to go during game time. But I went into the box scores. I was like, oh, he's in the set. And I was looking at some of the names. I was like, all right. It kind of gets me excited for next year's draft even a little bit. Dylan Gabriel, Spencer Sanders first. Bo Nix, that's not his first, but there's Jaron Hall. Stetson Bennett. DTR. And a Denzel Burke out of $3.99. First purple. Anthony Richardson, first base. Cade McNamara had a day today. Noah Sewell, Kelly Ringo, and Isaiah Noor. There should be one more auto in here. Well, let me ask you this. I was talking about this today, Ben. And since you brought it up, I'll elaborate on it a little bit. So if they lose, there's a lot of speculation that they're going to trade off Kirk Cousins. And of course, everyone's like, Jets. And when I brought that up with my brother and a friend today, they're like, they don't have the capital. They don't even have a first round pick to trade. They don't have the money. So like, who would want him? And I started thinking, like, is there a good team that would trade for a quarterback? Because I mean, do they just bench him? Like, Kirk Cousins is not going to lose enough games to get you Caleb Williams. You know what I mean? And he's not going to lay down. Wow, that's a nice one there. Who's got Richardson? Anthony Richardson, purple, slam. Dun, 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 dun. I don't know what his situation is. Spencer Sanders, Jackson Dart. And there is a Jackson Dart auto out of Ole Miss. Jackson Dart is going to be going out too. Give me a second here. He's coming up on my screen. That's going to be Chris Taylor. There you go, CT. Alvin Akonda. Noah Sewell, first silver. And Isaiah Noor, that's box one. Now, Anthony Richardson is nice. So, I think what's cool about this is you get 4 players. It doesn't break the bank. It's going to be 8 autos. And, we're breaking this a lot later than when it released. This is by no means a new release, but 2023 is supposed to come out. It's fairly about the same price. We'd be able to do boxes probably about the same. I'm hoping the checklist isn't a lot bigger, but that is the story of the Bills for a decade, Ben. We were like this 7-9, 8-8 team forever. Not enough to make the playoffs because there wasn't an extra wild card spot. I forget what it was. They said if that rule would have been in effect, we would have made the playoffs 8 out of the last 10 years. We would have been that bonus wild card spot. But that's why we sucked. You're just good enough to you're bad enough to not make the playoffs, but just good enough to not get a good draft pick. But it will be interesting. So let me ask you guys this. Let's talk about it. Where would Kirk Cousins go if they traded him? Ryan Helinski. There's a Bryce Young silver. And Isaiah Hall, purple, first. That's going to go out to Andrew Vodegel, I think I saw. Drew Aller. Jordan Addison. Jahmyr Gibbs first. I'm putting a lot over there. It doesn't mean they're all going to get sleeved up, but I don't want to miss too many. And Austin Stogner is going to be our next auto. Austin Stogner, first auto. But that's what I'm saying, Don. Do they have the capital? Like, they can't give up a first-round pick. Nor would they. Like, what do you think they could ask for him? Ryan Thorson getting that one. What do you think they could legitimately ask for? Jackson Dart. Cam Rising, silver. Aiden O'Connell, first. Yeah, and that's what I'm curious. Like, do they just give them away for the sake of giving them away? It would look bad if they're like, here, give us a 7th rounder. Like, we're cool. I mean, you got to be very careful not to... we know it happens, but I think it's one of the things that basketball deals with. You don't start your players, you're starting to get fined. You sit your players too much, there's penalties. It's in the new collective bargaining agreement. So what is that amount that you could be like, look, we don't want them, we want a tank, but like we got to make this look like legit. Anybody, real quick, anybody make any bets today that hit or that didn't that you thought would? Tyler Van Dyke. Spencer Sanders first. And Mason Smith, 61 out of 99. A third and a fourth. I would see that. And you know, you can turn that into a solid bonus piece. You tank, you get your first, you get Williams, then you get some bonus pieces there. That would make sense. Would they give that up? Then it becomes the question. By the way, that Mason Smith goes to Ricky Statler. Anybody do anything fun today? I ate Jersey Mike's. And watched my son play soccer. That was a highlight of my day. Y'all do anything fun? I saw Slam took his kid to a little like fall event. Played in the corn pit. Will Rogers. Walker Howard. And Josh Downs is going to be our next one. No numbered in that one. Oops, that's too big of a sleeve. Josh Downs is going to be going out too. Where's Josh Downs? Oh, Slam. You had Jersey Mike's too? What'd you get? Club Supreme. I stopped getting it Mike's way because I don't like all the oil. It's pretty easy for me, straight up. Lettuce, mayo, wet pepper relish, banana peppers. No onion. Stetson Bennett. Isaac Rex, McNamara, and Dorian DTR. Well, it doesn't matter if you feel that way now, Ben. His time there is either... Is that the club sub? Is that like the Supreme without the... It's like different meat? I'll ask you guys this. What's your go-to hoagie sandwich place? I used to be a hater for Jersey Mike's. And I don't want to say hater. I always liked it. But I was like, man, it's so expensive. But they really haven't upped their prices where Subway has. You used to be able to get like a, I know $5 footlongs were a long time ago. But you could still get like a 6-inch for $4 maybe. Right? There's a Kate Klubnik. And you could get some good stuff there. Hendon Hooker first. Walker Howard. Dude, we went in to get a footlong there. It was like $14. I'm like, fuck out of here with that. Henry Tuatuo. Gonna go out to Logan. Well, and I think it's gonna be one of those years where teams are fighting to get that pick. Jackson Dart. Turkey and provolone. I should know that. That's what I got my kids. 2 in the same parking lot. Tell me that's a money laundering front without telling me that's a money laundering front. Is it one of those plazas where it's all owned by the same person or group of people? And there's always like a Little Caesars, a Subway, a tax preparation office that someone rents out. Like some weird shop that no one knows what really goes on. Maybe like a small shop where you can buy like party supplies or some weird shit like that. You guys know the plazas I'm talking about. Depending on what state you live in. Like a 6-pack shop. Asian nails. Listen, that's not even a race thing. I'm telling you this right now. I talked about pedicures last night. I'm just going to be straight up with you. If I'm getting a pedicure, it better be at an Asian manicure pedicure place. They just, you know what? They just do their thing, and they're so good at it. I'm not saying that nobody but them can do it, but I trust it, It's like a brand. But they all I swear it's still like it's like a sweatshop in a way. They're always like next one, and they're up, they're doing their thing, they're nice, they take their time, but it's like you can tell they've been doing it for like 6 hours no matter what time you go in. It could be 10 a.m. or 2 p.m. and they're sweating like I'm on my 18th person of the day, in and out. I did walk in the one time though, and I walked right out. It was so shady. I was like, all right, something here is not right. You had to like ring the doorbell to get in. I'm like, yeah, this is one of those, I think. Ben, you ever get a pedicure, man? I will tell you, out of courtesy, I'm not going to say, but someone messaged me last night and they said, dude, I'm totally with you on the pedicures. But I'm not going to sell them out. I don't want to embarrass them. There we go. Man, we got the Richardson and the Young. Who got Bryce Young tonight? I haven't been in enough nail salons. I don't got that money. Did you like it or did you not, and why? Jahmyr Gibbs. Jordan Addison first. There he is. Look at that. Out of 99. Rambling, man. Keyshawn Booty. That's going to be going out to... Man, Slam with another one. You had a bad night last night, Slam. You recentered yourself. You had a little Bloody Mary. You took a nap. Watched some Transformers. Got a good night's sleep. Took the family out for some fun. Boom shakalaka. You're back on track. There you go. It is hard. I do feel bad for the person, but you know what you can do? By not going to them, you're not doing them any favors. You just tip them better. I tip my people very well. There's a Bo Nick Silver and a Hendon Hooker first. That was a nice little stack there. But I get you. You know, it was like that same way with massages for me at first. I always felt bad, and now I've just learned to like compliment them. But it can get weird. Massages are creepy, dude, no matter when you get them. And it was like, dude, I'm all right, I need to have some beer. Hold on, then I'll say this. Some real talk for you. I have... Hold on. I don't know if I can share this. Sometimes I express the pleasure that I'm feeling with, you know, an audible response. So, I may let out a nice little, oh, yeah. You know, every now and then. It's not quite that bad. But in all honesty, like, you know, it's like, oh, that feels good. You know? And then I'm like, shit, I didn't mean to do that. But you can't say that. And then you're like, oh, man, is that weird? You know? It's so awkward. So, the other thing is, man, I don't know. I never know if you're like... Sorry, I'll put it this way. When we went away on our anniversary trip this year and I was in another country, it was no questions asked. We went and got one. I was like butt naked. I lay down. I'm like, dude, I'm ready. Like, she could have been in there while I did it. I was like, I don't give it. It was a couples massage. They shorted us cards on that one. Hopefully it wasn't a hit. You know, but when I'm around here, I'm cautious. I'm like a little cautious because I'm like, man, I don't want to be like the dude. Tyler Van Dyke is the next auto. That's going to be going out to Joseph Taylor. I don't want to be the dude where the masseuse walks in. She's like, oh, you were just supposed to go down to your skivvies. And she's like, dude, I had this dude, Mike. Do you know him? He like was butt ass naked. He's creepy. He's like the next Deshaun Watson. I always like, I never know the rules. Trenton Simpson, silver. Jordan Addison, Ramblin' Man. So, I don't know. It's such a weird... Dylan Gabriel, silver. Noah Sewell. Here we go. What's this? Noah Sewell. They're out of 199. Nice card. Who's got Noah Sewell? With the wife and daughter last month. Pretty awesome. And I got to... You got to drink bad Chardonnay. They gave you Chardonnay with it. Don't you hate that when they're like... You know, you can't complain because they're like, hey, here, have this glass of wine. But you're like, this is awful. I will say when we went away to the resort, they always had good champagne. Oh, you want a Kool-Aid? Uh-oh. Come on, guys. Share with me. What's your guilty pleasure? If you don't get pedicures and massages. Dude, I'm telling you, you want to surprise your wife? And she might like the alone time. I'm not going to lie. But plan a little overnight. set up a couples massage, a little couples pedicure. Telling you, and just don't even ask. Just do it. It's awesome. He signed Kool-Aid signs in purple ink. Like, hey, Kool-Aid. We'll try to find here. We have one more box after this. Jahmyr Gibbs over. Bo Nix. That's not his first there. Keyshawn Butte out of 299. We pulled his autograph now. How about a color there? Bijan Robinson. Bryce Young. Cade Klubnik first. Man. I'm going to go through the stack. I don't think we'll be sleeving all of these, but I want to put them over there. I want to at least go through them. Walker Howard first. Brennan Armstrong. Stetson Bennett first, and an Anthony Richardson first. All right, your guilty pleasure is, maybe it's your toxic trait. I hear people say it that way. Is buying memorabilia, like Lion stuff. So your toxic trait, a lot of us it's cards. We know that. But like that's also like, a whole other story. I saw someone I know say the other day their toxic trait is ordering things they don't need on like Uber Eats. Like, late night ordering Starburst candy bars and sodas from Sheetz and paying like the $10 delivery fee and a $10 tip. My guilty pleasure is probably lottery tickets. Like, I get away from them every now and then, but like, it's so funny. I could go to the casino and I'll be sick if I drop $200, but I could go in a gas station and be like, all right, give me a $20 ticket, and I'll lose. I'll be like, and then my thing in my head is I'm playing until I win, right? So I'll play until I win one, and the winner might only be $20 or $50, and then I quit. I quit on the winner, but it's worked out for me a little bit, but lately it's not. Ah, you're my wife, Ben. That's her guilty pleasure. Her guilty pleasure is either buying books that she'll get to eventually, because she does read a lot, but like she'll buy weird things on Amazon. You have 64 Lions jerseys? All autographed? Thank you for sharing, Ben. Thank you for sharing, Josh. Caleb Williams, there we go. Guilty pleasures can be fun, man. Gotta be careful they don't become, Hey! That's who we're looking for. One of them. Hendon Hooker. Who got him? Ryan Thorson. There you go, dude. Big card there. Hendon Hooker first. And again, that's licensed. It's hard to be like, I don't know what the value of this one is right now. Again, it's not numbered, but there is going to be a time where these first come back, I think, and gain value. If he ends up being that guy, people are going to be like, I want his first Bowman. Especially if ultimately Fanatics takes over. I think that will be something. And if they're not selling well, it might be the time, honestly, to buy some of those up. Especially numbered ones. I think that eventually, if it continues to go the route it is, there's a Bijan. Michael Mayer first, silver. Jordan Addison, Ramblin' Man. The out of 50. Yeah, that's to me, when we talk about I don't grade cards, if that were mine, that would be one I'd probably submit. Paid $125 for it. That's a good buy. That's a really good buy. Especially since it is licensed. Like, it is this is the second year of their product. Their third year is coming out, but this is the first year that it was licensed. Let me know what it grades. I'm curious. I bet you'll grade it well if it looks good. They want those. Did you send it to PSA? Because I do believe they're like in. I don't want to be conspiracy theorist, but I do believe that like Fanatics and PSA are working together to be like this, tandem. And I think that they want to see good cards come out of those sets. I think you have a good shot of that doing well. Jalen Carter first out of 299. Yeah, I couldn't remember all of them. I said that Barry just caught my eye. Walker Howard, Jordan Addison first, Andrel Anthony. There's an Anthony Richardson. DTR purple, another nice one. And a Stetson Bennett first. Yeah, was that out of Bowman University? Or Bowman's Best University? They're all Bowman University, but I think we'll do a little bit of a mixer next week. I may even do it as university. Now that I know, I think Saturday mornings might be like a college break day, but we might even post some Friday night. I don't know. I want to make it happen. Chris brought this up, I think, last week. Hey, can you do a game day or a college break on Saturday? And this morning I was like, man, I really want to do one. It was out of this. I will say, so we have a baseball break yet tonight. I know it's already 11 o'clock. We're not close to done. As a matter of fact, guys, get ready because I'm probably going to pour up a shot to start the next break. So who knows if what's going to come out. Maybe we'll get some of our West Coast guys excited. Hendon Hooker, Caleb Williams, CJ Stroud, throw him over there. Joey Porter, and BJ Ajulari is going to be our next one. Let's see who he goes to. That's going to go out to Dougie. Dougie on the board. We could even mix it in with, if I have time to go through it, there's a nice Bo Nix. Mix it in with, a Panini product, like a collegiate product, like Draft Picks Prism, and this mixed together, and then mix the universities up. Maybe that's what I'll do. We could probably fill it on a slow day during the week, too, and just say, hey, this is going to rip on Saturday during the game day. It could be a select Draft Picks, Bowman University, Bowman Chrome University, Chronicles Draft Picks, and a Prism Draft Picks, and we could do it as a random university break. That could be cool. I'll just have to, go through all the checklists. It'll take a little bit of work, but if we can fill 2 of them, it might be worth it. They're a bitch. These are a bitch to sort. I'm telling you, these suck to sort. It takes a full table. But it's fun to mix it up. I try to keep it fresh for you guys. Cade Klubnik. Raheem Jarrett out of 399. Bijan. Clayton Tune. Kenny McIntosh. And that is going to close it. There's an Aiden O'Connell to close it up. All right, guys. Like I said, I have a stack. I mean, we have all 4 of these stacks over here. And honestly, what I have to go through for sleeving and see what I want to sleeve is right here. And that's not even our top loader, which we're going to go through shortly. So not all these will sleeve, but this is just right here that are first and stuff that are worth mentioning and worth sleeving. It's a cool product. It was, we got 8 autos out of it. We'll go over those in a minute. No hitless and player breaks and stuff, but I wanted to do a game day break, so we'll recap this quickly. And just out of the kindness of my heart, it wasn't advertised, but I will give out a pick'em spot and a FanDuel spot. Not a paper football, though, because, come on, it's not NFL. Raheem Jarrett out of 399. Bo Nix, Caleb Williams. Jalen Carter out of 299. DTR out, that's just the purple. Bijan Robinson. We got the Caleb Williams, what are these called? I forget what the name of that is. The Butte out of 299. Sewell out of 199. Another Caleb. Bo Nix Silver. Henry Toto 299. Mason Smith out of 99. Bryce Young Silver. Ajia Hall Purple. Denzel Burke out of 399. Caleb Williams Invicta. Anthony Richardson first. We had a couple of those. And a Will Levis out of 299. We also had the Richardson and the Bryce Young Purple. Stop trying to make sketch happen. And then here are our hits. Ajulari base. Oh no, that's out of 499. Tyler Van Dyke base. Josh Downs out of 499. Austin Stogner base. Jackson Dart base. Xavier Hutchinson out of 499. And then the Booty out of 99. And the Hendon Hooker base. All right, guys, I'm going to take the list, and here's what we're going to do. It's going to be, since it wasn't advertised and I didn't plan on giving it out, we're just going to do it this way. First is going to get a FanDuel spot. second place is going to get the pick'em spot. Okay? So it's just going to be one random because I want to get to the football break and check in on the baseball break. First gets, and I got to send these out yet. Spot. Second gets pick'em. You guys are a little quiet for my liking. Let's fix it for the football break. I'll start it out with a shot. We'll get it going. Chris, you got to be our cheerleader. Wonder if I can get Dougie in here to take a shot with us. Carl and Slam. So, Carl, you're going to get a FanDuel spot. He did not have one yet. And then the pick'em spot is Slam. Slam, you had one, so you're going to go to week 4. All right, guys. I'll be back in just a little bit. I got to check on baseball. You guys get your drinks ready. I need more out of you, all right? We need to hype this up a little bit. It's Saturday night. We're not that old yet. Come on. It's a day off tomorrow. There's football games on. I need you guys. Come on. I'll see you in 15 minutes, max.